they created this. They put all the power in one person. There's no other franchise like this. And I really don't know. I don't know if it's a reboot, but it's going to be a long period here.
Changes are coming for sure.
Right. So I just think at this point, when you're talking about the future of New Jersey and you're doing podcasts that here's what we predict, people are full of shit if they have a guaranteed Teresa on the board and that we're going to start filming in September. I mean, you're delusional.
I don't even think the network right at this moment knows what they're doing.
No.
So for people to be tweeting that, this one's gone or that one just lost the salary, it's crazy.
And I think it's really far. I mean, Andy said he used the word rebrand, which could mean a lot of things, sure. But that he said, we're going to take our time. Like, it's over. And by the way, every time I post these videos on YouTube, and I mean, the comments are, we can't wait. People cannot wait for this to be over this season. Like, for everyone who's going to just dredge through this week with me, we're going to talk about the OC and lots of things when this is over. I mean, we talk about it now, but it's over. It's going away. So,
and you know what? Everyone's exhausted. They've had it. I'm
exhausted.
Yeah, it's time. It's time for it all to just end and go away.
And when it comes back, anyone who thinks they're connected, there's going to be no connections. There's going to be no feeding this person over here. I mean, look at the new New York cast. They are also a different age group. They would never work with outside people. And it's just a different generation now than when these shows started. There's no oh, we're going to bring back, this one, or it's not happening. It's just, this is the reality.
That's why I think Bravo is going to make a decision in regards to Jen and Teresa and how to handle them and all their antics behind the scenes, because you've got to make an example. You've got to make an example out of those two. I mean, put aside everything they were trying to do to the cast. They were literally giving bloggers, screeners, private, confidential NBC Universal emails to keep them in the loop so that we could use it to our benefit to help those two advance. They got to make an example out of those two. How are they going to let that slide and bring them both back? What are they telling, the girls out of the Beverly Hills franchise or Atlanta? They're telling them if they don't reprimand these girls and do something serious to them, that, have at it, everybody. It's going to be one big shit show because we as Bravo aren't going to give a damn what you guys do, including giving screeners to bloggers to weaponize them against your cast. They've got to make an example out of these two.
Sure. I didn't even realize that Jennifer Aiden coming back was even on the table. I think that ship has failed.
Yeah, and you know what I heard from within their own camp that Jen a couple of weeks ago was made aware that she was done, that she's not returning. So we'll have to wait and see if that comes out.
She's done. I mean, her behavior was very strange on Watch What Happens. I don't know if she's having an internal problem with it. But it's I don't know. It's just, you got to accept reality here, right?
Yeah. Reality is about to slap him in the face.
And all this stuff that you described, whether it was Teresa, it doesn't even matter. It's just this is why the show is going away. That's the thing. And I do think, from what I see, that yes, Melissa has a very high salary too. They all do, Margaret, Dolores, but Teresa has the highest, and I think my opinion is she has not realized this season what really was going on. That's I really think Margaret and Melissa got it weeks ago. We all might be leaving. We're losing our jobs. When something's happening, you just throw in the towel and just enjoy. Now it's time to just enjoy because it's over. I think Teresa, from this statement that I read, and I'll do this indeed, I think that the light bulb maybe kind of went on, and now she's panicked. That's what I think. I think now she's it's a lot of fucking money. Oh my God.
It was a very desperate attempt at something, because Teresa and Jim Leonard are the type of people, the type of celebrity, or the type of camp that will not address absolutely anything, no matter how deep the criticism, unless it's absolutely necessary, as he would say. So literally deny, fake it till you make it, shut up, don't say nothing, don't address it. It'll go away. Something new trends every day. With going from that mentality to her putting out an entire statement like that, something is up.
I agree. And before we wrap up, because I didn't say this on my show, I said all that, but I think you're right. I didn't think it was Louis, but in retrospect, I mean, who is the one person who Teresa will listen to? It is him. I think you're
Him.
right. I think that he wrote this statement because it wasn't
Yeah.
her and it
No.
was nobody else. So
No.
I thought it was others, but you're right. I think it's Louis because he is the person she will trust. She trusts him. She listens to him.
Yeah.
He's,
Real quick about
yeah.
tonight's episode, we're also going to see a scene. I was just going through my notes earlier. We're going to see a scene. Teresa said how the men, you know how we saw in the preview that the men have like a guys' night, and it was John Fuda who got sick. That's the ambulance that we saw in the preview as well. So the ambulance was for him, but those guys over at Joe Gorga's have a guys' night. But Teresa did tell me per our notes that Louis had a guys' night as well. Like, yeah, I think it was Bill, Aiden, and Polly. And I was just like, oh, any tea from that? She goes, no, Louis was just trying to get the guys to go to the podcast room and declare their love to their women. And I was like, ah, okay. That was guys'
Interesting.
night. It was just weird. It was just weird, David. I'm just like, he's such a character. He really trips me out.
I
But
just
so
want to know if we're going to see this reef from Margaret because that is kind of
yeah.
funny.
And then so we'll see, these guys over here have a guys' night, and then over at Gorga's they're gonna have a guys' night, and then the wreath thing. Yeah, I hope that makes it to air. That's gonna be hilarious. Jen Fessler declines the invite, and we're gonna see Jim Leonard at her house telling everyone about the trial.
Well, I can't wait to watch it tonight. You are on the podcast this week. You'll still have to come back for more. We have 2 more episodes. Is that right? Is this the 12th episode? Yeah, this is the 12th
Yeah, so this will
episode.
be the 12th, and then next week is the finale. Next Sunday is the finale, and then after that, the watch party.
And I assume the watch party is just 1 episode, right? Like,
I
don't,
think so. I don't.
I
I mean,
mean,
Jennifer Aiden was just quoted in some article. I don't know which one. She said, "Oh, it was nice and pleasant," and I just thought, really, a reunion should not be pleasant for a person who was setting up narratives behind the scenes. Like this was the reunion where people were going to show up with receipts to hand you a new one. Like you really want to walk away and say, "Huh, the watch party was pleasant." It shouldn't be pleasant for you. This reunion is work time. Time to clock in and save yourself.
and
It's crazy.
even that, like, people should realize if we are not having a reunion because we can't have manila envelopes and things that Margaret's going to come with and Teresa and like that alone, there you go. The show is over. Like nothing is
Over.
going to change
Yes.
next season. Like if they cannot trust these people to have a reunion without manila envelopes, it's over, guys.
Done.
So
Yes.
and from what I see in my DMs, no one's really sad. Like we've all accepted it. It's time. It is time
Yes.
to call it time of death. Let's get through these 3 weeks and then we're
Yes.
going to move on. So
Yep.
I just caution people if you're listening to other crap out there in podcasts where there's a plan for the future, it's bullshit. It's wish.
Yes.
Let's have a call from Teresa, and this is what I want you to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I won't keep you any longer. You'll have to come back though. Thank you
I
for doing
will.
this. I wanted to jump on ahead of tonight's episode, so I appreciate it, and we'll talk.
Yes.